Good morning, Tide Point members. Today is time to talk about hurricane preparation for 2020. I will be unmasked for this period of time, and I am socially distancing with the camera person. Each of you will receive one of these red folders that is the communication for hurricane season. This is your emergency preparedness guide and emergency evacuation information, which also will include the form that every household will need to complete to let us know what your hurricane plans are for the upcoming season. The official season begins June 1. Storms don't always pay attention to that, so it could be earlier and runs all the way through the end of November. We have now had experience 3 times with actual evacuations and probably 10 to 15 times of preparation with no need to evacuate. So it's an unfortunate time to be discussing this with you, but it is a vital time to do this. We need to think about what individually our plan is should Hilton Head Island be forced to evacuate. It's not a bad idea to plan your own destination and your own route. You may go with us. You need to indicate in the forms here that you do want to go with us. It will be an evacuation and not a holiday, I can assure you of that. We will do our best to take care of everybody that we're entrusted to. And we understand perfectly and actually prefer, if you have other plans, to be with friends or families at a predetermined destination. One of the main things you can do is update numbers of contacts, emails of contacts, etc. As you know, with Alert Media now, that's a vital part of an evacuation or any time during hurricane season to get information that you may need. So this is our first video talking about the hurricane evacuation. Early in the season, you'll want to make sure your medications are current, that your car has ample gas should you need to leave town, you have food stores, and you have water, and you're prepared for electrical outage. You should have flashlights, batteries, etc. on hand, and be thinking about how and what you'll need for an evacuation. We'll go into a few items during the evacuation. As you're aware, in the past we have gone to Augusta, with our main evacuation point being the Ramada Inn in Augusta. It's not a luxury hotel by any means, and in previous times we have had to require roommates. If you would like to have a roommate, if you and another person prefer to be roommates, if you can indicate that on the form, that would be helpful for us when we are securing the lodging. Augusta is only one of several destinations, depending on weather and other conditions, where we may evacuate. We also continually work on relationships for the Columbia area and West Columbia area as well as the potential of going to Charlotte or even Orlando. During Florence, Hurricane Florence 2 years ago, we went to, or we planned to go to Orlando. We were very fortunate that we did not have to go to Orlando or to Charlotte, but we do make preparations for anything that may happen in any direction a storm may be coming from. So it's, many of you who have been here over several years have been on several evacuations with us and know what to expect. Or if you have evacuated from Hilton Head Island before, you have pretty good ideas of what the expectations are, as well as the difficulty of securing last minute lodging. So the most difficult part of this actually is the reentry. We have no idea when we may re-enter. Formally, it's only been 9 days at the most. However, other V communities have experienced having to be away from the community for at least 2 months. So we ask you to keep that in mind should we have to evacuate and should there be any damages that we have to prepare for before the return of all of our members. So with all of that happy news, we again appreciate all of your patience and working with us during the coronavirus pandemic. We are monitoring daily and hourly any conditions that may be favorable to us. We have made initial plans and have presented to the Board of Directors our initial plans for a staged reopening. Those are in the initial and draft stages, but are complete in the areas that we want to cover. We'll be working with the board and committees toward that end, not knowing when a reentry will begin. Many states are starting to loosen the restrictions on staying at home, being safe, opening retail, opening beaches, etc. And we want to be really careful because our population and the population we serve is the most affected by this disease. So in anything we do, we will try our best to limit exposure, potential exposure, and any danger to any of you as the residents. And we thank you for everything you've done for us to be patient and understanding and helpful in this situation. Thank you, and we look forward to a really great summer.